Welcome to Divine Soul Therapy. I am Moe Nicole, your intuitive, trauma-informed trained therapist and spiritual healer. Here, you are guided through a therapeutic tarot therapy session aimed at healing the soul, heart, and mind as you embrace your spiritual transformation into becoming your divine self. Each session is designed to target a particular area as a way to evolve into your true divinity and embrace the magic that has always been inside of you. Here you are given the permission to love yourself, heal, and continuously evolve into the butterfly you've always been meant to be. Ashe. Hey butterflies, welcome back to Evolving Butterfly Goddess with me, Moe Nicole, and welcome to Divine Soul Therapy Session 1. I'm excited to have you all here today. And a major shout out and a thank you to the members that suggested that I start doing these sessions a few months ago. I'm grateful for the new people who are here. May you find the healing and the comfort that you need as we go through today's session. To give you an overview of how sessions will go, it will start off with a sound meditation, a grounding meditation. We're going to do a quick check-in. We're going to talk about our topic. We're going to get into the objectives of today's session. We're going to get into our grounding statement for the session that's going to guide our message today. Then we're going to get into the session, which addresses some questions that I have written out that we're going to tap into. Then we're going to get into our closing. And then I am going to be sharing with you all the 7 journal prompts that go along with this session as we're doing 365 days of journaling. And so each week I will be sharing with you all the journal prompts for that week. On YouTube, I will be sharing these sessions every other week. And then on the off weeks, they'll be available to the members on my website, as well as those who are in the Divine Soul tier here on YouTube. If you are interested in having access into all sessions, feel free to support the channel and join the membership tiers of your liking. If not, you're still able to get the journal prompts by signing up for my newsletter on my website, in which I'll be sending out a weekly email with the journal prompts to remind you. With that being said, let's get into today's session. So as we prepare for our meditation, I would like for you to find a quiet space to sit in the moment. I would like for you to close your eyes. Close your eyes. I know some of y'all not doing it. All right, as you close your eyes, I would like for you to take a big deep breath in through your mouth. And release it through your nose slowly. Now, I want you to take a big deep breath in through your nose. And release it out slowly out your mouth. We're going to take one more deep breath in through your nose. And release it slowly out of your mouth. Here in this space, you are safe. You are divinely guided here today for this session. As we are getting into the space where we need to be in order to heal the parts of ourselves that may be keeping us from our true divinity. You are present. You are grounded. And you are healing. Ashe. I would like for you all to take a moment to just stop and ask yourself, how are you doing? And for your mental health check-in, I would like for you to share 3 adjectives to describe how you're feeling in this moment. So I'll share mine as you're thinking through yours. I'm excited, nervous with this being the first session. I'm not used to doing structured sessions. Outside of when I was working with, and my clients, I'm not used to doing structured sessions like this online. Excited, nervous, and hopeful. So I'd like for you to share with me in the comments, or if you're watching the live preview, let us know in the comments. So today's topic, when talking with the members, to see what areas is like really important. And we're going through chakras this semester in my Butterfly School of Transformation. And one of the important things when it comes to chakras is understanding that it's best to start from the root. You must start from the root before anything else can open up. And one of the biggest things that affect us with that root chakra energy is forgiveness and guilt. And it's not the forgiveness most times for other people. It's forgiveness to yourself. The self-guilt that we hold on to when things end or it doesn't work out in the way that we planned or hoped for. So we hold these grudges against ourselves that stop us from being able to open up and expand to become who we're best to be. And so in today's session, we're going to be opening up that root chakra. We're going to be diving into that self-forgiveness and self-guilt. So by the end of this session, it will be no more. And you'll be surprised as we dive into today's session to see just where you may be holding some guilt inside of your root, some unforgiveness. So we're going to be tapping into that today. Our objectives. I'm an educator. And we always like to start our lessons with our lesson plans with objectives, okay? So by the end of today's session, you will be knowledgeable about the areas of your life where you need to forgive yourself. By the end of today's session, you'll be ready to remove self-guilt that you may have been holding on to. All right, let's get it going. So our guided statement for today, I pulled out a couple statements. You all know I'm really big into essential oils and scents and things of that nature, my herbs and all of that. So that's what we are getting into. I have these statements from one of my oracle decks. And the first one is of letting go and to know that you are free. Lift up your burdens and allow the divine energy to free you from them. Allow yourself to be cleansed of anything that is weighing you down. Our next one, grounding. Right here and right now, everything is perfect. Allow your energy to shift to the material plane where it is needed to help you complete what you have set out to do. And so those are the guidance statements in which what we will be allowing today's session to flow. And we also have our planet that connects with today's energy. And the planet's energy that deals a lot with forgiveness and working with self-guilt is Neptune. Neptune is a planet that is ruled by our lovely Pisces energy, okay? And Neptune deals with our spirituality and our ability to connect to the broader world around us. Where are we transforming and where are we growing? And when it comes to us transforming and growing more spiritually, we come to find that the more in tune we are with the universe and others around us, it allows us to remove that guilt and that unforgiveness and to see things as being what they are, to see them as being this foundation of a greater plane. And so today's planet is Neptune. I strongly encourage for you to check out your personal birth chart to see where Neptune sits in your birth chart to get a stronger idea of how you may hold on to some of those things of your past and what you're transforming when it comes into your spiritual self. All right, so we're getting into our session questions now, okay? I'm gonna start with our herbal deck. Our first question, we're getting into, where did the unforgiveness and guilt come from? A lot of you all, as we know when it comes, well, those who are in the class, you know, our root chakra energy is developed from ages of 0 to 7. That's when our true feelings of safety, our true feelings of comfort, our true feelings of like how we build on that confidence in who we are. Ages 0 to 7 are imperative with building up your personal self and sense of self and the sense of feeling safe, okay? So it's giving some childhood energy, some childhood trauma of what you may have gone through in which a problem may have happened to where you started to blame yourself for why this thing happened. So in this moment, that first event that popped in your head, as I said that from your childhood, is the event that we're tapping into. Yeah, I said the past and the childhood. Look what came out, y'all. The 6 of water. That's the past, okay? The reflection on the past with the Borge. And so we're actually going to tap into that childhood energy and reaching that inner child. We have the 8 of fire with ginger. Oh my gosh, I love ginger for my teas, okay? Today, I'm actually drinking on my positive energy tea from my website, energytea.com. It doesn't have ginger in it, but ginger is very good for healing, okay? Ginger is good with pain. It's good if you have like blood pressure. So it's giving a stressful situation, something that may have been very stressful. It could have felt, you know, tiring in a lot of ways, right? And as it happened, everything happened fast. So something from your childhood that just happened really, really fast that you may have felt like you had no handle over, okay? Where it felt like you were somewhat powerless in. We're going in and changing the trajectory of that energy, okay? I wonder if I put on my do not disturb from here, if it'll change it already. Yeah, it did. Thank you. All right. And then the 8 of air. Okay. All right, so we're starting our reading off with the 6 of water, the 8 of fire, and then the 8 of air. There's a lot of 8s. 8s deal with abundance, okay? Abundance of whatever it is that we're manifesting. 6 is a number of order. 8 is also a number of power. It's also a number of authority. So it's giving a parent figure energy of what we are tapping into with this energy of forgiveness and guilt. A relationship with a parent who may have been very overbearing. They didn't want to hear things from another perspective. What they said, go. And when they said it, it needed to happen quick, fast, in a hurry. And that's where this 8 of fire is coming in, okay? And then with this 8 of air with the licorice, it makes me think of the black licorice, where a lot of people don't be wanting the licorice, okay? I don't even like licorice root, you know? But a lot of people didn't like the black licorice, right? And so whoever did like the black licorice, they would take it, you know? They would just take it. And that gives me the sense of being a black sheep. A lot of you all may have felt like you were the black sheep in your family. And as you were this black sheep in your family, you took on a lot. You took on a lot of responsibilities. You took on a lot of your family members' hurt. You took on a lot of your family members' pain. You wanted to show up for them all the time, right? But something happened in your childhood when you wanted to take on and you were trying to show up and do something, but something happened that was opposite of your intentions. And when that thing happened, you were blamed when your intentions were pure. It's time to let it go. It's time to let that guilt go, or that unforgiveness for yourself, whether if it's, you know, not forgiving yourself for stepping in and trying to help. You know, for some of you all, that actually affected you even today when it comes to you stepping in to help other people or showing up in ways where other people may need you. Spirit is saying it's time to let it go. It's no longer serving you. And the big piece of importance is understanding that your parent or whoever this adult was They were seeing things from their own personal perception and trauma, because they too are holding on to some childhood wounds. And Spirit wants you to know that it's not your responsibility to heal them. It's not your responsibility to take on their responsibility for their healing and whatever it is that they've gone through and what they deal with and what they don't deal with. I'm getting in here, some of you all still hold it inside of yourself of feeling like you can save or help someone. I'm really getting strongly a parent or some adult figure of really feeling like you can still jump in, save, and help them, although they're not fully showing up for themselves. Because you're doing this from an authentic place. You're doing this with an authentic heart. In this moment, I want you to say with me, I am responsible for myself. Those that I love will take the steps that's needed to heal themselves. I will keep growing, elevating, transforming into the person that I'm meant to be. I am responsible for myself. This is a reminder. A lot of you all have gone through life wanting to show up and heal and save everyone. And from that, you may have been finding yourself in situations that have not been favorable. Finding yourself in situations where you're taking a lot of responsibility for things and people's shortcomings because you asserted yourself into situations that didn't even have anything to do with you in that moment. But you're stepping out of that. You're stepping out of that. Because now you're aware of it. And when it comes to you connecting to your true divine spirit and divine soul, oh wow, I said we're stepping out of it. And look what card came out, the Witch Hazel with the Two of Earth, but it's in the reverse. You may have been trying to juggle other people's feelings, trying to juggle how everybody else feels, and not making certain moves because you don't want to hurt certain people's feelings. You don't want to show up in a manner where they don't see you for who you are, okay? Spirit is saying it's time to drop the burden, because when you're dealing with Two of Earth energy, when you're trying to balance so many different things, something is going to fall. Something is not going to get the energy that it deserves. And so what is it in your life right now that you're holding on to out of fear that if it fails, you're going to be responsible for it? It's time to remove those feelings of being responsible for the actions of others, especially other adults. We all have our divine purpose here on this earth, and we're meant to be examples by our actions. We shouldn't have to convince anyone of what it is that's best for them, but I feel like in here you're trying to carry someone with you. And when you try to carry someone with you, you begin to weigh yourself down and it slows you down. But this is stemming from those childhood wounds of feeling responsible for some things that really had nothing to do with you. We have healing that's coming out. And with this card 66, we've been channeling sixes in here with the Six of Water. Okay. And with this healing though, you see it's a blue. This is giving throat chakra, okay? And throat chakra deals with how we communicate. Is this spirituality? Oh no, it's physical. I was about to say, is this spirituality at the bottom? But our throat chakra deals with how we communicate, how we speak. And as you heal this unforgiveness with yourself, as you heal this self-guilt that you've been holding along, you're gonna feel more confident to speak up for yourself, to speak up and speak out for what it is that you need. To speak up and speak out your personal desires. You feel me? Y'all know I had to add that in there. You feel me? Okay. I just feel you getting into this space where as you heal, as you transform from feeling guilty for how someone else chooses to live their life. You're able to become more free, but then you also give them the opportunity to do the work that they need to do. Because when we do the work ourselves, it's appreciated more. You ever notice when somebody do something else for them, or a lot of people, when stuff is free, they don't take advantage of it, baby. But when you got to pay for it, oh, they going to take advantage. When you got to pay for it, oh, they going to take advantage of it. Okay? Because it's that great deal of responsibility. It's a value. And it's giving a sense of, if you have to force someone to want to do something, it was never of value to them. So it's best for you to focus on self and allow them to come to their own realization when it's time. Because at the end of the day, baby, I said spiritual. That's what just showed us up. At the end of the day, you're the only one who can change you. And they're the only ones who can change themselves. And so the spiritual partnership is giving a sense of you connecting to your spiritual self more. It's not always the sense of connecting with, other people in the spiritual community. It could be that. It could be an accountability partner, or it could be just connecting with, your spiritual self. It's giving a sense of merging more of who you are. And remember, I said at the beginning, our planet of this conversation is Neptune, which deals with that spiritual sense, which deals with forgiveness, which deals with letting go and letting things be as they are. Okay? And some of you may have been wondering, if you've been working on crown chakra, it's been this unforgiveness and this personal guilt that was getting in the way of that crown chakra energy. And as you allow the blockages to get away, you find that peace again. You find the peace again. We're going to get into the blockages. To open up the blockages. And as we go into it, I want to go back to our guiding statement that works with cilantro. I love cilantro. The statement is letting go, knowing that you are free, the freedom. Lift up your burdens and allow the divine to free you from them. Allow yourself to be cleansed of anything that is weighing you down. So we're going to get into the current energies of what may be weighing you down right now. The first thing I just heard was family. Yeah, we have the moon at the bottom of the deck with Kansu. It's masculine energy. One thing with my two favorite decks, the moon represents a masculine, okay? It also represents Pisces energy. And Pisces rules Neptune, okay? Pisces also rules spirituality, that 12th house. The mystic energy. Pisces energy also can be a little naive at times. It could be very hopeful, and there's nothing wrong with being hopeful, okay? But when spiritual energy, or when a person shows you who they are, you have to believe it. You have to believe what's being shown you in that moment. Because if not, you're becoming a willing participant in what's going on. And it gives this energy of a connection with someone in your life, whether if it's a mate or a family member or even an adult child, where they need to work on their shadow side. And that's something that they're not going to be able to do as long as you are attached to them. And the only thing that's keeping you attached to them is those old fears where you had never forgave yourself and you felt guilty for something. You have to remove the guilt. Even for my parents, for the parents who this is with a child, you have to know that you did the best that you could do. You did the best that you can do to get them to this point. And now that you've gotten them to this point, it is now on them to take the responsibility to go further. Because one thing that I learned, we learn within our college programs, if you're in social work or if you went through any type of counseling or social sciences program, where we talk about different theories, right? And there's something called a social learning theory. And in social learning theory, it shares that the majority of a child's learning, we got to think of where most of their time is spent. So although, you give them all these lessons, you teach them, you show them this, socially, how they're socialized at school, what they're introduced to at school, what they're introduced to on TV, what they see, can oftentimes have a greater effect on them and their development than you do, depending on the weight of those things. And even in that, it's not okay to blame yourself for, oh, I shouldn't have put them in that school, or, oh, I shouldn't have let them hang with this person, or, oh, I shouldn't have. Let's take should have out of your vocabulary today. Let's take should have out of your vocabulary today. Should have, could have, would have. We're in the present now. You did the best of what you could do with what you had. Okay? Whether if it's with a sibling or a parent who acts like a child. You did the best you could do with what you had, what you knew. So now as you know better or know differently, it changes the trajectory of how you deal with things and people from this point forward. And when aligning with your divine self, your higher self, it knows that everything happens for a divine purpose and divine reason. Everything is in divine order. And the sooner we accept that everything is in divine order, the sooner we are able to allow it to be how it is. Allow things to show itself as it is, how it is, and how it's going to be, at least in the moment today. So today, I want you to ask yourself, in what situation am I trying to do the work for someone else? We're going to let it go. And you're letting it go because you're forgiving yourself for those past actions. We're letting it go because you're no longer feeling guilty for the outcomes that are around you. Because you did your best with what you had. And your best was good enough. And now that person, they have to do their work so that they can go out and pay it forward through their actions. But it's giving an energy of someone not being able to grow and expand as long as you are continuously intervening in their process. We have the Two of Scepters. This is giving me an energy of thinking bigger, okay? Some of you all may have been afraid to think big or broader in life because of some past failures or something that didn't work out in the way that you were hoping for it to work out. And because it didn't work out in that way, it's stopping you from going out and trying something different, something new. But this is still just stemming from the past failures where you haven't forgiven yourself. But you're forgiving yourself now. And after this session, and I want you to write down in this moment, we're going to take a moment and stop. We're going to take a moment. I want you to write down, if you, baby, I was about to say, what would you do if you knew you couldn't fail? And then Best came out with the Three of Scepters. You see how she got closer? The Two of Scepters is the hoping and the wishing, right? Oh, that looks so amazing. I would love to do that, but I would love to. But then you're evolving to the Three of Scepters. You're getting closer to it. So this session is helping you get closer to those dreams. So what is it that if you could do it and you knew you could not fail, I want you to take a moment to write it down. I think I'm going to have you all have paper with you during these sessions. I want you to start having paper during these sessions because we're about to be doing some work, okay? We're doing work. We healing, okay? We're healing. And this is why I didn't want to go the traditional route with my master's licensing. It's too many regulations, okay? Adding in the spiritual tarot stuff is frowned upon within the traditional work still. This feels freeing. I'm grateful for the background though. I want you to take a moment to get some paper. I want you to write out 3 things of what you would do if you knew you couldn't fail. All right, y'all have them written down. 3 things that you would do if you knew you couldn't fail. Because you're about to start working towards those. And you want to know why? Because you writing them down is the 2 acceptors. You taking that first step goes into the best card. Now, the best card is an extra card in this deck. Best, this is all ancient Kemetic energy. Best is like a guardian, okay? A guardian. And the guardian energy, it's basically saying, because this is Ani, and in this deck, Ani represents the Fool, okay? And when you're familiar with tarot, tarot aligns with the Fool's journey. And the best card is the second to the last card in this deck with card number 22. And it deals with the energy of knowing that every step that you take is divinely guided and protected. As you having this divine energy guiding you into what step to take next. And that divine energy is your higher power, is your higher divine energy. It's your higher self. As you keep raising your vibration, your awareness raises. And so this is giving a sense of start the first step. Even if you don't know the first step, I want you to go into Google and say how to start, or YouTube. There's a lot of resources out. There's a lot of resources out that I wish I had when I was younger. I always tell the kids, we didn't have Google Docs. We didn't have all of this, okay? We didn't have all of this. As I said, that the sprinklers just came on. It's time to water your grass, okay? Water your grass. Instead of looking at, you know how they always say the grass ain't always greener on the other side. A lot of people like to look at somebody else's grass. Be like, oh, it would be amazing to be over in that grass. Don't you know they got to keep their grass watered too, or it's going to die? Okay, they got to keep it watered too. So in what way can you water your grass and knowing that you are going to be divinely protected? And that comes from you letting go of the things that did not work out for you in the past. Letting go of those feelings of being responsible for someone else or something else and what they're going through. And walking into your self-divinity. Because then after you take that first step, we have the 3 acceptors. You're one step closer. You're no longer looking at it from above and looking at it and planning and, oh, I wish I would do that. You're now down there in the process, preparing to take the step. Because after the 3 acceptors is the 4 acceptors, and the 4 acceptors is all about foundation. Building the foundation. And that's exactly where you're at. Let me go and water our plant today. Because, baby, y'all see it starting to peek out? Our plant is starting to peek out. It's starting to peek out. And so we have the Two of Scepters. I mean, that's Two of Scepters, Two of Scarabs, and it's in the reverse again. Y'all remember in the other deck it came out, okay? In the other deck, I think it's the Two of Coin. What's the coins in this one? Is it coin? Oh, Earth. It was the Two of Earth, okay? And this one is the Two of Scarabs, same thing, but it's in the reverse again. So whatever does not align with those three things you wrote down, it gotta go. Because some of you feel like you gotta carry someone or something around you and with you that's not in alignment with you. And that's why we're getting into addressing this moon energy. The emotional side, the balance of the feminine and the masculine. Let's go to our next guiding statement. Right here and now, everything is perfect. It was 35:53 on the recording time when I said that. Allow your energy to shift to the material plane. We're on the material plane now, okay? The physical plane, this physical world. The spiritual world is the spiritual plane, okay? Where it is needed to help you complete what you have set out to do. So it's coming to a place of knowing that in this moment you needed to hear this and you're in alignment. So now we're getting into what is needed in this moment to break through and start the process. So let's come into this moment. We'll go to a different deck. Actually, I'm gonna do a butterfly effect. Cause it's a butterfly effect. It's a butterfly effect. Effect. Time to change some energy. Time to check your energy. Check your energy. We're gonna call this the energy check. Okay, we're gonna do an energy check up in here. The flex 909. Some of y'all may have been catching 909 on the clock or in other places. Okay, you worked hard for this moment to where you are right now. It's okay to look at your accomplishments and flex them for a moment or not, or longer. Being humble doesn't mean downplaying your greatness. And this is getting me into some of you all's guilt may have come from people used to tell you that you thought you were too good. Or, oh, you think you're perfect, or you think you're too good. I have people come to me all this, oh, you think you're all that because you working on your doctorate or because you got a college degree. I ain't never said that. But it's okay for me to flex what I'm doing or to showcase what I'm doing because I'm proud of myself. Because I know I had to withstand a lot to get to this point. I had to be very resilient. And if you knew my story, you would celebrate with me versus seeing it as being, me, right? But I had to work through that guilt to the point where I would belittle myself. I would withdraw myself. I would feel guilty to be successful. I didn't want to show what I really knew because I didn't want to outshine anyone in the room. So I would be quiet and just sit back and observe. Or I would just, not take credit. But then I had to start building that personal confidence and knowing if my confidence and how I show up offends you, that's a you problem, not me. That's just that I'm showing something in you that you feel insecure about that you need to work on, right? And so I want you to take that same approach when it comes to removing that self guilt. Because some people feel guilty over being successful. Yeah, they do. They feel guilty for being successful or for showing up or showing what they know or what they're doing because others cannot stand their light. But guess what? That just means that you're in a room that's too small. Because I can guarantee you, when a bunch of millionaires is in a room together, they're working on ways that they can learn from each other and to keep building because they're not thinking in that small mind. They see other people and their resources as something that they can learn from, grow from. When you're around the energy of people who are successful, that rubs off on you to then do what you need to do for yourself. You get what I'm saying? So the time has come for you to stop belittling yourself, to stop holding yourself back. Out of what other people may feel or what other people may think or on how other people may respond. That's a them problem. It has nothing to do with you. They got to work on this root chakra too. But you're working on yours. And in you working on yours, that guilt is falling away. Don't let your beauty make you feel guilty for being beautiful, for having a beautiful spirit. Don't let your skills make you feel guilty for showcasing them. There may even be someone who tries to hate or, say, oh, you're doing. This world is so big. And how you do something is going to be different from how someone else does it. So don't even let the feelings of, oh, someone else is doing that. Someone else is a tarot reader. So it's only supposed to be one tarot reader in the world? Okay. Learn something new. You get me? That's why I love to see when readers support each other. I love to see when doctors support each other. When they can't do something, they refer you to someone else who can. Them the people you need to have around you. So if you feel guilty showing up as who you are in a space, you are not in the right space. That space is too small for you. Make your own way. Make magician and the Ace of Wands with the Star card and the Knight of Wands. Make your own way. You have the power to create your destiny. You have the power to create your destiny. You have the power to create your destiny. Oh, not a neighbor walking by putting his hand in the water thingy. Oh, he's looking at the geese. He's so excited. Y'all know I love my babies. That's why they always be up here, because I be feeding them. You have the power. This is the magician. You are now in this magician energy. It's time to forgive yourself for whatever you may have been holding over your head, for whatever didn't work out for you, to move into this Ace of Wands, to finally take steps forward to do the things you've always wanted to do. And as our great, beautiful Princess Aaliyah said, age ain't nothing but a number, baby. So I don't care how old you are. I don't care how old you are. My own grandma didn't graduate with her GED until after she had her kids. I don't care. But it's time to stop lowering yourself. We're healing that. That's no more. It's no more. We have the star card, and it's like she has a wrangle on the star. Don't let anyone ever try to come in and control who you are or your star energy. You control your energy. You control the flow around you. 44 on the recording time. You control the energy. And nothing has control or bound over you unless you give it permission to. If you don't give permission to it, then it's not there. It's not true. It's not true. And I want you to start saying that. It's not true. I want us to stop. Breathe. Because we're going to get into our chakra healing, our root chakra. I have our mudras. Now, when I do my work with chakra work with clients, this is actually my first time using the deck per se. I usually just use it from, work and knowledge. But I was like, ooh, let me use a deck because I saw it on Amazon. I'm like, ooh, let's try this, okay? And so, as I said, we're channeling into our root chakra heavily, okay? Because we're healing the past things of, the fear of stepping out, the guilt, the unforgiveness, right? So that we can move into that next phase. And next week, we're going to be getting into some sacral energy, okay? Your creative pursuits. And so, let's start with our root chakra with the Muladhara. The meaning of it is just being our base, our base self, okay? It's down here in our grounded energy, okay? Pelvis energy, that's where we'll find the root chakra energy. And it represents the color red. And it rules our legs and our feet. And it deals with the elimination of products from your body, so like your kidneys and things of that nature. And it connects with the element of earth. So when you want to be grounded, there's something I always tell my clients: go outside, touch some grass, hug a tree, sit on the ground, walk barefoot to feel present again, to get rooted again, to allow gravity to pull you into the divine mother nature. The divine mother, because that's where our power comes from. That's where life has come from. It's time to become more secure within self so that you can make those steps as needed. So now we have our grounding card number 8. I didn't even realize that. And we pulled a lot of 8s earlier, which means 888 with the Bhu Mudra, okay? And this symbol is putting your 2 fingers together, crossing over your thumb over those 2, and pointing downwards, the grounding energy, okay? Oh, let me do it with this hand. Ooh, it feels weird doing my left hand. Ooh, yeah, I'm double jointed, y'all, so like I can bend my fingers all the way back and stuff, okay? So that's why my fingers look like that, like I'm a whole spider. Okay, sorry. I get distracted. So cross your fingers like this, and you're pointing it down as if it's going downwards towards, oh my gosh, my fingers, it's so weird. I used to be so insecure over this, but because people would make fun of me in school, like, why are your fingers like that? I can't help it, I'm double jointed, okay? But so we're gonna point it down like this, okay? And this is a good for the meditation aspects, okay? So it assists grounding, stability, connection to your physical body. It reduces stress and blood pressure. And you remember I was bringing up the ginger earlier about that. And it activates the root chakra. I definitely just felt something in my head. So the instructions is to extend the index and middle fingers downward to make an inverted V shape, peace signs with both hands. Oh, so it's actually supposed to be open like a peace sign. Curl the pinky and ring fingers inward towards the palms and place thumbs on the fingertips lightly. Extend your arms and bring the tips of the middle and index fingers to the ground or tops of the thighs. You're going to relax your shoulders and lengthen your spine. Okay, that makes sense. So relax the shoulder and lengthen the spine basically by sitting upward with your posture. And the focus is to become more grounded to the earth and to receive support and abundance and knowing that you are supported. Before we get into our journal prompts for the week, I want to do a quick check-in with you all and to just ask, how are you doing? How do you feel in this moment? You can let me know in the comments, or you can put it in your paper, in your journal, because we are doing the journaling. And I want you to give me 3 adjectives to share how you feel. So for me, I feel relaxed, I feel supported, and I feel connected. Because I was nervous coming on here. I don't know why. Maybe it's because of series, and I'm like, I'm used to just coming on and doing readings and, you know, getting off. Only time I do structured stuff is when I'm doing my presentations and PowerPoints and stuff with my members. And I'm like, wait, what is a flow? I was nervous, but I love it. I love it. I am going to timestamp them for you all too, for you to get to certain parts, but I'm interested in hearing you all's thoughts down below, okay? So I'm gonna pull out our journal prompts, and feel free, because like I said, these are gonna be posted every other week. So this week is on YouTube, next week is on my memberships, week after that will be on YouTube, week after that will be on my memberships, okay? But if you're interested in still getting the journal prompts for the weeks that I'm not posting on YouTube, make sure you sign up for my newsletter down below, for the Divine Soul Therapy newsletter with the journal prompts. And so when I send those out weekly, you'll still have access to the journal prompts so that you can still be journaling with us. The purpose of it is to have 365 days of journaling, to journal out, to process out what it is that we're working through, okay? And so day 1, and I'm gonna timestamp this as well for you all to come back. Let me put this in here, it's around 52. I'm gonna timestamp it for those who wanna come back to check the journal prompts and what they are. But day 1, today. When thinking about past actions where you reacted negatively, share what you could have done differently. It's crazy that the water just went off as soon as we got to this. Okay. Day 2, share a time you regretted your actions. Oh, I'm like, ooh, because I be writing. So share a time you regretted your actions. And up to what moment you realized you did something wrong. Did you feel bad? Why? And what can help you change this course? Day 3, how do you feel when you succeed and someone around you isn't succeeding? How do you react to your own personal success? Day 4, write about something you are currently upset with yourself about. What upset you? How can you look at it differently? Day 5, write down things you wish you would have said or did when the opportunity was available. Day 6, when given the chance to decide between your personal truth and others, or what is popular, which is easier to do? So when given the chance to decide between your personal truth and others, or what is popular, what is easier to do? How do you feel when you go against others? How about yourself? And day 7, what do you forgive yourself for? How can you remind yourself to forgive and move on with no guilt? So those are our 7 journal prompts for this week for our Divine Soul Therapy session. I want to thank you all for being here today. I'm Moe Nicole. I appreciate you all for allowing me to read into your energy. And if you feel that this is your tribe and you enjoy the vibe, make sure to subscribe, as these are going to be releasing. The members said they wanted it on Sundays, so these are going to be releasing on Sundays, okay? You heard them say, yeah, somebody excited. They will be releasing on Sundays, as well as in the membership. When I send out the weekly emails to the members on Sundays, you will have access to it as well in your emails. I appreciate you all for being here. And as always be real, always be true. Don't be afraid to do what you want to do. Period. I'm going to pull as an affirmation an I am statement. I am discerning, card number 20. I love myself enough to say no to people and situations that don't serve my highest good. I am discerning. Our butterfly affirmation. Today, I choose hope. Period. Okay? Anna. If you claim it, I would like for you to share in the comments. I am balanced. I choose hope. And I am discerning of the energy that deserves my time. I appreciate you all for being here. And as always, my butterflies, continue to bloom.